Then I pulled my taser out. I pushed it in the air, and then I went back in class. I didn't stay no more after that. I didn't sit there to see what was gonna happen. I just stayed. I went right back in my class, and the police locked me up and talked about, put me in handcuffs, took my taser and said that you shouldn't be too flamboyant. Maybe the students wouldn't be matched with you that much.
Can you believe that? That's the victim of some bullying in his school. And his mom got frustrated and got scared for the safety of her own son. So she gave him a stun gun to take to class. And now her son is the one who's in trouble because he pulled the stun gun out when he says he was surrounded by a bunch of bullies and just, I guess, shot it wherever you do with a stun gun, up in the air, not at anyone, but shot it up there. He ends up being taken away in handcuffs. And you heard what he said. He was told, maybe you shouldn't be so flamboyant. This is a loaded one, folks. Joining me tonight, TV and radio host, my pal, Michael Billy. He knows a thing or two about being bullied after he was assaulted when he was in high school. We also have Shannon Flannery, a principal at Stonewall Elementary School, joining me here in studio. All right, Michael, let me start with you. And this is a case, Michael, where the school was on notice. They knew what was happening, yet this child was still in danger, and mom took the extreme step of getting her son a stun gun.
Put it down.
What do you think?
Is it extreme? Is it extreme, Vinny? Because I am not ignoring the news that happens monthly, weekly, and stories that are unreported. For there to be a school principal to expel or to suspend this child and to have him arrested is to be ignorant to the daily happenings of gay kids, GLBTI kids all over the country. I am so fed up with teachers and principals claiming if you're going to act flamboyant, kids will be kids. We would be singing a different tune if this was a white school and a black kid who got beaten up for wearing sweatshirts or black clothing. This is ridiculous. I'm tired of it, and ignorance is a zero-tolerance policy, especially when it's our educators and principals.
You know, and here's what I think. You know, anytime someone's being bullied, you know, a parent, you go to the school and the school's on notice, the school has an obligation at that point, don't they?
You're absolutely right, Vinny. They do have an obligation, and whether it's bullying just because you're short, you're tall, or in this case, the perception is you're being bullied because of your perceived sexual orientation, yes, you do have an obligation. But on the other hand, I want to share this with you. I agree with Michael 100%. The school...
Michael. But what do we do now? Let's get to this point, right? You're being bullied. The school is on notice, and you're not getting the protection that you need. Your child is not safe. The school is not doing enough. Do we put an obligation on our parents to go over the head of the principal, go to the school board, go to the superintendent, hire a lawyer, do something? To me, that's the more appropriate step, but I understand the thought of the fear of being surrounded by a gang of six. You've been there.
Oh, absolutely. And we also have to remember that school just doesn't end with 2:33 p.m. during the week. These kids have access to other kids on the way home, on the way to school. So the idea of wanting to defend yourself, I completely understand. Now, let's get to it. What do parents do, okay? Your kid's being bullied every single day. I think the media has a huge hand in this. The media can help immensely with calling out principals and teachers who utter the words of, your kid is to this or that, it's to be expected. I think that there's definitely a partnership. We're outraged on this on the national level. We're talking about it here on this show. And there are several examples of this, I'm sure, that are going on in other parts of the country right now to different levels. And we need to get involved, be aware of this, talk about it, talk to the media, go above and beyond your principal, and work your way up through your school administrators and or political office in your town.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, because the bullies are, you know what, they're on the run right now. I mean, you've got to make enough noise out there, though. And I understand sometimes you're not going to get it at the first level. So make that noise, parents. Make that when we see people bullied for other reasons.
Oh, absolutely. Because at the heart of it, there's still an inherent homophobia. There's still an inherent misinformation out there. If this principal, Urel, I believe his name is saying that, well, he dresses too flamboyant, so it's a choice to wear women's clothes. It's a choice to do this, that, and the other thing. You know, that's clean and clear-cut ignorance. There are countless reports on gay kids, on gender expression, on transgender youth and the stages or the things that these kids go through and how to protect them in schools. So yes, absolutely. And you can't turn a cheek and give educators an excuse anymore that they don't know about this. And I'm sorry, I have to jump back to one thing your guest said, that this wouldn't, in his opinion, it's not justified. To me, it's completely justified to give your kid this type of weapon for protection. I'm sorry, but what do we expect gay kids to do? They wake up, they read the news about kids getting beaten up and killed and administrators and teachers not doing anything. What do we expect when kids and parents are pushed to the wall with this day in and day out of possibilities of their child possibly not coming home when they go to school in the morning?